Metal Up World, this is CJ with Metal Motivation, bringing a vlog episode to you. What is a vlog? A vlog is a video blog. It is a low production means of just talking to you about something that's been on my mind and my heart lately. It's just easier to do so I can get more content out. And everybody asks for videos, and so this is another way to get some information out to those who need it. Today is a very cold and rainy day, and so it's an appropriate time to talk to you about something like sadness, which is what I want to mention today. Overcoming sadness in particular. I've been through this before, and it's not a fun season. Sadness is often associated with depression or despair, although I tend to differentiate them only because depression is much more severe. Depression, as we know, can be sometimes chemical-based. But when someone's in the depths of depression, there is a real distortion of reality for them. They do not see the world oftentimes as the rest of us do, and it causes them to hide away in their homes or take some sort of drugs or drink alcohol or sleep all day, whatever they can to try and deal with this season of despair that's much more severe. And sadness is a little bit different because sadness is just a general underlying malaise underneath. You can otherwise be smiling, you can otherwise still be going to your job, doing the things that you're supposed to be doing and still laugh and joke, but you still can't shake this sadness. You can't shake this underlying feeling of a mild sort of depression. And sadness can hit us for any number of reasons. You might be going through a change in your life, a change in relationships. You might be going through a period of difficulty at work, or maybe you've lost a job. There are all types of things. Something physical can even bring it on, an injury. Anything can bring on a period where you have just this underlying stream of sadness that affects you. It just sort of makes things a little bit darker. And so to deal with this, I think there are things that we can do, because what happens with sadness is that it sort of affects us in the subconscious. Now, I use that word subconscious sparingly because sometimes that meaning gets distorted by people. They think it's something that's completely out of their control, and that's not exactly true. But I also can't find a better word for it. Subconscious meaning below conscious thought. In other words, I can be thinking something positive. I can think all positive all day, yet still not be able to shake this underlying feeling of sadness. It just sort of kicks in. You might be able to know why it is. You might be able to pinpoint to something like a relationship or a job loss as the reason for it, but still you find it difficult to shake it. So here's what I do in seasons like that. For me, I look at life as an ancient set of scales, where you have a set of scales where you put weight on one end and it weighs the other one down. And so if you want to get something to be even, you have to get equal weight on both sides of the scale. That's the way we think about things oftentimes. Things are offset or off balance because of what gets set on one side of the scale. When it comes to sadness, the scale is weighted on one side for the negative. And so what we have to do is throw something on the other side of that scale to offset the sadness, because the sadness is operating at a subconscious level, so it's difficult for us to affect that directly just through thought. We have to get something more involved than just thinking, more involved than just speaking. We have to actually be productive. So probably the best way to deal with a season of sadness is to do things that reinforce your confidence, do things that reinforce your sense of value. That can be done any number of ways. It might be by serving someone else, might be going out of your way, getting involved in something and be of service to someone else, a family member or something in your community. You can do it by exercise, which is a great way to overcome both sadness and depression, is to hit the gym, to get out there and get your body sweating, get out there and do a rigorous, just brutal workout and get your endorphins released. Go run, go do something. A change of diet is also a great way to offset that. Drinking lots of water. We don't drink enough water, and dehydration causes a lot of things like sadness and anxiety that can be affected by not being hydrated enough. But be productive even at your job. Be creative. Take on a project maybe that's something you've always wanted to do. And just make yourself do it, because what happens is you begin to throw weight on the other side of that scale. And what it does is it creates a greater sense of value. You start to feel a little bit better about what you're doing, what you're achieving. So it kind of works the same way, the opposite way, should I say, from sadness. So like if you were to get up and clean out that garage, which hasn't been cleaned in a while, or clean out that closet, organize it, and it hadn't been organized in a while, without you even trying, once you're done, you automatically feel a little bit better, right? You clean something out, and even though you didn't maybe feel like doing it beforehand, you made yourself do it. Afterwards, you feel a little bit better. Why do you feel better? It's affecting you at a subconscious level. It's not about thinking positive. It's about doing something, physically doing something that's able to really affect us below conscious thought, which is where sadness is affecting us. So by doing that, you begin to reinforce your center. You begin to throw weight on the other side of the scale. So I would encourage you to do all of those things. Get involved in someone else's life, serving, helping. Start getting some of those projects out you haven't done. Be creative, be productive, clean something up, organize something, hit the gym, get outside, take a walk, do something. You begin to throw weight on the other side of the scale of positivity. Until this season of sadness begins to lift, you'll be able to quicken the pace of that season to finish up and begin to get back on the fast track to feeling good, feeling fulfilled, feeling positive, both consciously and subconsciously. And that's really the goal. You have to war against these things. You have to offset them. Nobody can do it for you. Nobody's going to bail you out. Sure, if you want to take some time and, get positive thinking going and speak to yourself and go to a seminar or listen to a message or watch a video, that's great. But nothing is going to affect you more than you turning yourself inside and out to be productive, to maximize your resources for a purpose greater than yourself. Can you dig it? I hope you can. This is CJ with Metal Motivation. And remember, in whatever you do, don't suck. Metal up.